Hey everyone, welcome back to PlayStation Corner. My name is Alex and today we're taking a look at my favourite deals across the PSN stores covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia, and we just got a monster Christmas sale, 1300 games discounted in fact, so hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation family for deals and reviews weekly, and let's get started. So as always then, we do have a winner to announce for a $10 PSN gift card and one more to give away. All you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below, and that winner, they'll be announced on the next deals video. As a heads up as well, that will not be far away. We have around 4 deals videos planned now over this next week. Too many deals to cover, which is always a good problem to have. So first up, Aliens Fireteam Elite. It's rocking 30% off. I reviewed it here on the channel, find that in the pinned comment down below, and while it's not perfect, I honestly still enjoyed it. Aliens hasn't had the best track record when it comes to games based on the series, but this gets more right than most. It's a third-person shooter tasking you with investigating a number of locations. It supports online multiplayer too, so you can squad up, but the only areas it lacks in are the campaign's a little bit short, hopefully more to come there, and it loses its way when it introduces a few enemies outside of the core aliens. Also, if you do play a second time, you'll start to really identify their movement paths. Kena Bridge of Spirits then recently won Best Indie at the Game Awards, and I can see why, though I do question the category it was included within. A third-person action-adventure though, it's another one I've reviewed that is down below. Story though, you'll be taking on the role of Title Kena, a spirit guide who travels to an abandoned village in search of a sacred location. The exploration and the platforming is fun, but the real pleasure here comes in the combat and the boss moments. This is a surprisingly challenging game at points, but it's extremely fast-paced and fluid. It gets that nice balance to make it absolutely rewarding. Another area many like, the Rot, these little critters that kind of follow you around. They change the gameplay and the world. You can even customize them. It's matching the low price with 30% off. F.I.S.T. Forged in Shadow Torch then is one I jumped into a little bit late, and I'm glad I did. It's rocking 25% off. It's a side-scrolling action-adventure this one, and I really did enjoy it. The story, your world was overtaken and now you are fighting back. Think a whole lot of conspiracies, but there's some really good platforming in here, and I loved the combat. You have this big metal fist basically that can destroy anyone in your path, but you also get these 3 weapons with varied fighting styles. It's great looking as well, and it deserves more love. Alan Wake then is back with a remastered release, and if a character deserved it, I truly think this is it. I originally played it back on the 360, and while I wouldn't say the remaster is a huge step up, it does more than enough to bring it into 2021. If you didn't like it first time around though, do not come here expecting change. It's not going to change your mind. The combat, for example, I was never a huge fan. That still stands to this day. Where this one wins though, its atmosphere, its willingness to embrace the surreal, and its storytelling. I couldn't get enough of it first time around, and that was very much the case again. It absolutely hooked me. I think it's well worth the price point though, 20% off, and for those that don't know story, you've got writer's block, your wife takes you to almost a vacation in a small town to kind of help you, all hell breaks loose, a force takes your wife, get out there and figure out what is real and what isn't. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars then is a gem. It's a recent release. This is an RPG that embraces the world of tabletop gaming. The game's visuals, they are so unique. You see, it's not some epic scale, rather cards on a table for traversal, and then combat is done with a presentation that's almost think deck builder and a spin on turn-based. You'll need to use your imagination though here for the world, but what elevates it, an incredible voiceover from what I would describe as the Dungeon Master. From the opening moment, his work will absolutely sell you. Set out though, meet team members along the way and slay a dragon. The only issue, the game is too easy, rarely will you get stuck. It's more about enjoying the ride. A new low price then of 20% off. The cheapest game on today's list then, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is Star Wars done right. First of all, it got the respect it deserves, and it's a new low price of 70% off, making it the cheapest title in today's video. The gameplay is a third-person action-adventure. I'd almost describe it personally as Uncharted in its traversal, but with a whole lot of battles, including of course lightsabers. It's set 5 years following episode 3, though you will take on the role of Jedi Padawan Cal, who becomes a target for the Galactic Empire. After all the complaints are around microtransactions and the general disrespect for the name Star Wars, this was an attempt to make things right, and in my opinion, an absolutely solid one. Another fantastic use of a license then, Spider-Man Miles Morales. I reviewed this one on the channel, that link is down below. It's just an incredible follow-up. It was released at a budget price point, given it's shorter than the original, but that should not put you off. Also a fantastic game for Christmas, given its winter New York setting. It looks absolutely stunning. The story finds us looking after the city though, when Peter goes on vacation, and we find ourselves in the middle of a war between a corporation and also a street army. Great stuff, it's 40% off, but I would also consider the Ultimate Edition, that's 29% off for PS5 owners. It's what I went for. It packs in an upgraded version of the original game. Few games though can match the adrenaline rush of swinging your way through this world. F1 2021 then is a game I feature frequently, but I love the series. I think it goes from strength to strength each year, and that's very much the case here. I was a little bit concerned with EA taking over, but they seem to have had little impact. The racing here is better than ever. If you're rocking a PS5, that upgrade is stunning, and it packs a story mode, which is for sure cheesy, but I enjoyed it. It also, for me, makes it the most accessible F1 game ever, just because it's almost a breakdown of how this all works. 60% off is a new low price. That is a steal in my eyes. It makes it a must buy, and check out my full review in the pinned comment down below. The Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes then is the third entry in the horror series. I'm a big fan of this almost cinematic style of gameplay. It's also a new low price and a 33% off. If you are new to the series though, look for the bundle, 3 games in 1, it's right around $40. That's not bad at all. They are standalone entries though, and for sure they're going from strength to strength, combining exploration with choice. You'll very much be in charge here of who lives and dies. Here we find ourselves at the close of the war though, looking for weapons of mass destruction, but what we find is much worse. It even then has online multiplayer or offline 5-player pass the pad gameplay. Basically you get a character each, and it is well worth a look. Guilty Gear Strive then is the best fighter with a free PS5 upgrade in my eyes. The visuals, just that cel shaded almost 2.5D look is stunning, and the combat system here, deep and complex but easy to simply pick up and play. Like any good fighter, the more time you invest, the more it's going to reward you. I have a full review on this one though, it's in the pinned comment down below, and I would start there just to get a grasp of all the modes included. I'd also consider the deluxe edition that throws in the first season pass. They keep adding here new characters. A new low price though of 35% off, and that's going to range anywhere from $38 to $60, or of course your local equivalent, dependent on the edition you go for. Lost Judgment then is back with a new low price, and this is the sequel to Judgment, a spin-off of the Yakuza series. Always loved the games, even the more recent release that went turn-based, but this is high up on my list of favourites, taking you out of the world of crime and putting you in the shoes of a detective. Lost Judgment then is back with a new low price, and this is the sequel to Judgment, a spin-off of the Yakuza series. Now I've always loved Yakuza, even the most recent release that went turn-based, but this one, it actually takes you out of the world of crime and puts you in the shoes of a detective. Get out there, solve a murder, but expect this story to go all over the place in the best possible way. The exploration is solid though, story delivery is stunning, the fighting, like brawler style, is incredible, and this world, it's not huge, but it's packed with all sorts of things to do. Yakuza is known for a bit of a crazy sense of humour with its gameplay at times. It does not forget that here. It's 35% off, and this is a lot of game for your cash. Our penultimate game of the week then, Call of Duty Vanguard. I reviewed this one on the channel. I enjoyed it honestly. The story, as always, it's short but a good time. Think blockbuster set piece after set piece, taking you through the war as a number of different characters. The multiplayer is tough to get into now. We are talking many of these players have years of practice behind them, but I still had fun. It's just fast-paced kind of brainless stuff. And yeah, I'd consider it better than Cold War. The weakest element though, the zombie mode, they are working to expand it, but right now it is still lacking. It's 35% off, the price above is PS4 only, add an extra $10 if you want the cross-gen bundle. So our winner of the week then, for the $10 PSN gift card, it's going to Cloud, who picked up Yakuza with the sizable discount it received. Fantastic choice, big fan of the series, and yeah, congrats. Drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in the next video. Our final game of the video then, Back 4 Blood, and reception was interesting to this one. Some loved it, others not so much. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think it changed the landscape of gaming or anything, but I did enjoy revisiting the multiplayer world of Left 4 Dead, and we've had quite a bit of fun with it. What makes it unique is its story mode. You'll use a deck system to customize your character. I really like that, and generally some of the waves here, they can be seriously intense. Its only downfall for me was the bots are only good for so long and you're going to get crushed with them. Then through matchmaking, you can end up in squads with no team support at all. It's going to be best to play with friends for sure, but once you do find a good squad, few can match its kind of co-op gameplay. It's 40% off, a new low price. And that is our first of 4 planned videos over the next week or so. Excited to dive even deeper into this sale. It's crazy how many games are on offer right now, so I strongly suggest you take a look for yourself. Will you be adding anything to the library, or are you holding onto that cash? With that then, hit subscribe, join our growing PlayStation family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.